ball lies in the general center table area. The first object ball lies no farther than 2 diamonds away from the first rail your cue ball will contact, and the third ball usually rests close to the short cushion. With correct technique, you'll position the first ball in a high percentage zone along the long cushion and have a natural shot off the ball for your next shot. In Diagram 2, there's a subtle difference in the location of the third ball. This leads to a common mistake. Many players try to achieve the same result as in Diagram 1. But that's very difficult here because of the speed and the angle in which you must approach the third ball, plus the extra distance required to drive that ball to the opposite corner. The proper approach to this position tactic is to strike the first ball fuller and with more speed, and to send the cue ball to the long rail, and again to the third long rail. Diagram 3 shows a somewhat different type of cross-table shot, which is generally overlooked by American players at all levels. The top European and Asian players, however, seize on this little morsel and turn it into a potent weapon in their position arsenal. In Diagram 4, the first thing to remember when approaching this type of cross-table shot is that 90% of the time you're going to strike the first ball quite thin, perhaps 1/8 full, to avoid too much cue deflection. A short stroke will help minimize deflection. The next essential element is to elevate the cue to create a curve on the cue ball. In Diagram 5, we need to elevate the cue slightly and keep the cue ball from swinging out too far, and get off the first object ball quickly. The shot shown requires moderate to hard speed to bring the first object ball to rest in the proper high percentage lane along the long cushion. Diagram 6 offers a more conventional look at the cross-table shot. Good position for the next shot is fairly elementary here. While the shot does not require an elevated cue, you do need to use a smooth, perfectly timed stroke. The shot in diagram 7 has all three balls resting in the middle of the table where no short angle really exists. This is a fine example of combining an elevated cue with a short stroke. Both are mandatory to acquire the correct cue ball action. Diagram 1 has the third ball positioned in a small, unforgiving area. An around-the-table shot would have to score on the way in or not at all. Also, you'd have to hit the first ball very thin, using extreme English, and avoid a kiss in passing the first object ball. But play the same shot up and down, and you'll have far more control of speed, you're assured of leaving the first ball in a high-scoring zone, and that the first ball is much, much bigger. In the shot of diagram 2, most players not only choose the around-the-table shot, but the wrong one to boot, 4 rails instead of 5 or 6. There's a kiss there too, so why not go up and down again, going 4 rails in behind the second ball as shown, and getting good position too. Diagram 3 shows another often overlooked option. Most average and even skilled players will try to go 5 to 7 rails around the table and just about always get a kiss after the third rail. Instead, bank that first ball cross corner the long way and go up and down.